Welcome to The Deep Dive, the show that uncovers vital knowledge and brings you the most important insights from a stack of sources.
Great to be here.
Today, we're plunging into a topic that, believe it or not, profoundly impacts every single cell in your body: oxidative stress. We'll explore the fascinating science behind it and then dive into some truly innovative approaches being developed to support our body's natural defenses.
The big one.
Yeah, and you've given us a really compelling set of sources for this deep dive. They cover, well, everything from the fundamental biology of oxidative stress
hmm
and the often misunderstood role of antioxidants to a specific advanced technology, hydrostate nanotechnology, that claims to revolutionize how crucial ingredients are delivered to our cells.
That's right. A lot to unpack there.
Definitely. So our mission today is pretty straightforward. We're going to dissect how oxidative stress, silently impacts our health. Then we'll explore why the story of antioxidants isn't always quite as simple as it seems.
The double-edged sword idea?
Exactly. And then examine how advanced delivery systems like this hydrostat are being presented as a potential breakthrough in getting vital nutrients where they're needed most.
And this is a truly critical area. I mean, the scientific literature consistently highlights oxidative stress as a pathogenic link. That's the term they use.
A pathogenetic link.
Yeah, in numerous chronic diseases, meaning it's a fundamental, maybe even causal step in how many of these conditions actually develop. But it's not simply about free radicals being bad. It's really about maintaining a delicate balance. Understanding this cellular equilibrium is, well, it's foundational to our overall health.
Okay, let's unpack that. We hear the term oxidative stress a lot, often linked to free radicals. Can you explain what these reactive oxygen species, or ROS, actually are? And is it true they're not always the villains we make them out to be?
Absolutely. Reactive oxygen species, ROS, are essentially unstable molecules. They contain oxygen, and they can easily react with other molecules in a cell. The surprising part, like you said, is that at low to moderate amounts, ROS are actually beneficial, really important, in fact.
Beneficial how?
Well, they're essential for regulating crucial processes, like maintaining cellular balance, homeostasis, the body's incredible ability to keep its internal conditions stable. And they also perform vital cellular functions. Think about immune cells destroying bacteria that involves ROS. Even cellular signaling relies on them.
Okay, so they're part of our body's natural toolkit. But it sounds like it's all about balance. Like you said, where do these ROS actually come from, both inside and outside the body?
That's precisely it. Balance is key. When it gets tipped, that's when trouble starts. ROS originate from a couple of main places. Endogenously, meaning from within our own bodies, the primary source is the mitochondrial electron transport chain.
That's where we make energy, right?
Exactly, ATP synthesis. But they also come from other places like the endoplasmic reticulum, peroxisomes.
Hmm.
Even our immune cells produce ROS through something called a respiratory burst.
A respiratory burst.
Yeah, it's like a targeted, rapid release of ROS specifically to destroy invading bacteria or pathogens. Pretty clever, actually.
Wow. Okay, so that's the internal stuff. What about outside factors?
Right, the exogenous factors, things from outside our bodies.
Yeah.
And these play a huge role in tipping that balance towards excess ROS. We're talking about, well, modern lifestyle elements, things like an unhealthy diet, maybe not enough exercise, constant exposure to chemicals.
Right, pesticides, heavy metals.
Exactly. Pesticides, heavy metals, even food additives. Environmental pollution is a big one. And exposure to things like ionizing radiation. All these contribute to the oxidative burden our bodies face constantly.
It's quite a sobering thought, seeing how pervasive those sources are. So we get how ROS are formed inside and out. But the crucial question is, when these levels get too high, when that balance is lost, what kind of damage do they actually do, like at the molecular level inside us?
The damage is, well, it's quite profound and widespread. It affects all the major biomolecules in our cells.
Such as?
Okay, so take lipids, the building blocks of our cell membranes. Excessive ROS can literally break down these membranes. They increase fluidity and permeability.
Making the cells leaky, essentially.
You got it. Which critically compromises the cell's integrity. Then there are proteins. ROS can cause specific modifications to their amino acids. This leads to fragmentation, aggregation, clumping up, altering their electrical charge, and even inactivating critical enzymes that do vital jobs in the cell.
Okay, lipids, proteins. What about DNA? That sounds serious.
It is. ROS can damage our DNA in several ways. Oxidizing the deoxyribose sugars, breaking the DNA strands themselves, removing nucleotides, modifying the bases. They can even cross-link DNA with proteins. These are what scientists call oxidative lesions, specific points of damage on our DNA. And that can lead to cell dysfunction or harmful mutations.
Right. It's one thing to talk about molecular damage, but how does this actually translate into the chronic diseases and health challenges we always hear about? What does it all mean for our health day to day?
Yeah, that molecular damage is indeed a key factor, maybe the key factor in many widespread health issues. Oxidative stress is strongly associated with the development of metabolic disorders, chronic diseases, various cancers. It's really recognized as a crucial element in the pathogenesis, the development of numerous chronic degenerative disorders.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. For cardiovascular disease, ROS can directly trigger injury to the heart muscle. They reduce nitric oxide bioactivity that's vital for healthy blood vessels. In conditions like myocardial ischemia, a lack of blood flow to the heart, it leads to ATP depletion. The cells run out of energy. This causes cellular damage and, ironically, even more free radical production.
A vicious cycle.
Exactly. In cancers, oxidative DNA damage is considered a hallmark of carcinogenesis. Free radicals can activate oncogenes, cancer-promoting genes, and cause genetic mutations.
And the brain, you mentioned that earlier.
Yes, our brains are particularly susceptible. They have a huge demand for energy, use a lot of ATP and glucose. So oxidative stress is implicated in neurodegenerative disorders like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, Huntington's, ALS. In these conditions, you often find oxidized molecules, DNA, proteins, lipids, in the affected brain tissues. Even issues with how the brain handles metals can contribute to this oxidative damage.
What about things like diabetes?
Good question. With diabetes and metabolic syndrome, oxidative stress can actually cause insulin resistance by messing with crucial signaling mechanisms. And diabetes itself, particularly high blood sugar, actively generates superoxide ions, adding to the stress.
And aging. Is there a link?
Oh, definitely. As we age, we see an accumulation of these high molecular protein aggregates, often oxidized, building up inside cells. And linked to that, there's often proteasome dysfunction. The system that normally clears out damaged proteins doesn't work as well. That decline is correlated with age.
Wow. And heavy metals. You mentioned those briefly.
Heavy metal toxicity is a major concern. Metals like aluminum, cadmium, arsenic, mercury, lead, chromium, they cause toxicity largely by interfering with our body's own antioxidant defenses.
How do they do that?
They can bind to critical parts of antioxidants and enzymes, these thiol groups, sulfur groups, disabling them. Or they can directly generate more ROS. For instance, aluminum has pro-oxidant effects, damaging proteins and lipids, especially in the brain. Cadmium indirectly increases ROS by messing with antioxidant enzymes, while lead can directly inhibit them.
Okay, it's clear that oxidative stress is a really widespread problem linked to so many things. Luckily, our bodies aren't completely defenseless, right? We have natural defenses.
We absolutely do. Our bodies have incredibly sophisticated, multi-layered antioxidant defense systems. It's quite amazing.
So what are some of these antioxidants and how do they actually work to protect us?
Well, you have enzymatic antioxidants, things like superoxide dismutase SOD catalase, or CT, and glutathione peroxidase, GPX. These directly scavenge and neutralize ROS. They basically disarm them. And we also have secondary enzymes that help regenerate the cofactors these primary enzymes need to keep doing their job.
Okay, those are the enzymes. What else?
Then there are the non-enzymatic antioxidants. These are specific molecules, you've probably heard of some. Glutathione, GSH, alpha-lipoic acid, melatonin, coenzyme Q10.
Vitamin E, vitamin C.
Exactly. Vitamin E, alpha-tocopherol, vitamin C, and carotenoids like beta-carotene and lycopene. Their general mechanism. They break radical chain reactions. They prevent molecular damage by donating electrons, stabilizing those volatile free radicals, and stopping them in their tracks.
That sounds incredibly reassuring. Our bodies have this built-in protection system, but I've heard some surprising things about antioxidants recently, almost like they can be a double-edged sword. That sounds kind of counterintuitive. What's that about?
It does sound counterintuitive, but it raises a really important point, one that many clinical studies have looked into. You see, antioxidants are fundamentally chemicals that donate electrons. That's how they work. But their actual effect can vary quite a bit depending on the chemical environment around them. So the idea that more is always better when it comes to antioxidants, it doesn't always hold true.
How so? More isn't better.
Well, some well-known antioxidants like beta-carotene and even alpha-tocopherol vitamin E can actually become pro-oxidants under certain conditions.
Pro-oxidants, meaning they cause oxidative stress.
Potentially, yes. At very high concentrations, for example, or under increased oxygen tension. Even flavonoids, which we get from plants and are generally seen as beneficial, can act as pro-oxidants sometimes, especially when interacting with oxygen and certain metals.
Wow. Okay. That changes things.
And it's backed up by some clinical studies. They've shown mixed results and sometimes even negative outcomes for isolated antioxidant supplements in preventing chronic diseases like cancer or cardiovascular disease.
Negative outcomes.
Yeah. For instance, some studies found beta-carotene supplements were correlated with an increased risk of bladder and lung cancer in smokers. Vitamin E supplementation has shown poor results in many trials, and one study even suggested it might increase prostate cancer risk.
That's startling. So what's the difference? Why might supplements be problematic when antioxidants in food are good?
That's a really critical distinction. There seems to be a significant difference between getting antioxidants from whole foods, which often work by activating the body's own antioxidant mechanisms, and taking high doses of isolated supplements. Plus, many isolated supplements just have poor bioavailability. Your body might not even absorb them properly.
So bioavailability, how much our body can actually use, is a huge issue. Does that mean a lot of supplements might just be, well, wasted? We're paying for things our bodies can't really utilize effectively.
It's a very valid concern.
Yes.
And that challenge is central here, effectively getting these often fragile, beneficial molecules to where they actually need to go inside our cells. The sources we looked at suggest that a common strategy for supplement manufacturers has been to try and compensate for this poor absorption by just using massive amounts of raw ingredients.
Overloading it, hoping some gets through.
Kind of, knowing that much of it will simply be wasted, passing through the digestive system without ever reaching the cells that need it.
Okay, so we have this pervasive problem of oxidative stress, the body's defenses, which rely on balance, and then this challenge that even potentially good antioxidants might not be getting where they need to go effectively, or could even cause issues in high doses. This really does sound like a job for some kind of advanced technology.
It points towards that, doesn't it? How do we ensure these crucial nutrients are truly accessible to our cells without just increasing wasted volume or risking pro-oxidant effects?
Exactly. So how does this hydrostate nanotechnology fit in? What is it actually doing?
Right. This is where hydrostate nanotechnology, as described in the new IMI sources, comes into the picture. It's presented as a really innovative technique. What they say it does is meticulously manipulate ultra-pure water. The core idea is to downsize the active ingredients like glutathione, which we know is important, but hard to absorb down to nano-sized particles.
Nano-sized, how small is that?
Really small, below 100 nanometers, and they say some particles are as small as 10 nanometers. Then these tiny particles are wrapped in unique water clusters.
Water clusters. Like a protective shell.
Sort of. This nanosizing and water cluster protection is designed specifically to maximize absorption and effectiveness. The goal is to make them so small they can be absorbed fully by the human cell, becoming bioavailable within seconds.
Within seconds? That's fast.
That's the claim. They report rapid absorption, with cellular utilization happening within just 60 to 70 seconds. And importantly, this potentially bypasses the harsh environment of the GI tract, where stomach acids can destroy delicate ingredients like glutathione.
And you mentioned under the tongue.
Right, sublingual absorption. They claim that's even faster reaching the heart, and thus systemic circulation in as little as 30 seconds.
And they emphasize the water purity.
They do. They state the water used is 17.59 megaohms. Now, to give you some context, that's significantly purer than typical drinking water. It approaches the ultra-pure standard used in sensitive lab or medical applications. The idea is to prevent any impurities from interfering with these nanoparticles.
Okay, this nanotechnology certainly sounds like a novel approach to tackling that big bioavailability challenge we discussed, which, as we've said, is a huge hurdle for many supplements.
Exactly.
It sounds like this could potentially be a significant step forward in ensuring crucial ingredients actually reach our cells to combat oxidative stress and support our health. So, how is NUMI actually applying this tech? What are the targeted solutions they've developed?
Right, so NUMI applies this hydrostatic technology across a range of different products, aiming to address diverse health needs by ensuring these key ingredients get delivered effectively.
Let's start with overall wellness.
Okay, for that they have NutraSwish. This product uses that nano-encapsulated glutathione, which, as we said, is often called the body's master antioxidant. It's critical for cell metabolism, detox, boosting other antioxidants. It's complemented by L-cysteine, which is a building block for glutathione, curcumin for its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties, and vitamin C for immune support.
And there was a quote about glutathione.
Yeah, the sources cite Dr. Oz calling glutathione the most powerful antioxidant you have never heard of, and one of the keys to fighting off the diseases you fear the most, which really underscores its importance, especially since our natural levels tend to decline as we age.
Okay, that's overall wellness. What about the brain?
For optimizing brain health and cognitive function, they offer Neuro. This delivers ingredients like arginine, which supports healthy blood flow to the brain, crucial for function, and caffeine for focus and mental energy. It also includes, again, glutathione to protect brain cells from oxidative stress, L-cysteine to help make more glutathione, and magnesium gluconate, which is important for neuronal health, memory, and learning.
Makes sense to target the brain specifically. What else?
Then there's a product specifically for women's needs, focusing on hormonal balance in every season, as they put it. It's called HERS. This uses a blend of botanicals like white peony extract, chasteberry dong quai, maca root, ashwagandha, and black cohosh.
And the goal there?
The goal is to help alleviate menstrual discomfort and reduce symptoms often associated with PMS and menopause, things like bloating, cramps, hot flashes, mood swings, low energy. They also claim rapid results because of the nanotechnology delivery.
Interesting. And finally, skin.
Yes, for rejuvenating the body's largest organ, the skin, there's Numi Skin. This solution combines nano-delivered glutathione, curcumin, and collagen, which is often called the fountain of youth. The aim here is to neutralize free radicals directly in the skin, help restore a healthy skin appearance, assist with elasticity and moisturizing, and reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. And again, they emphasize that same rapid cellular uptake within 60-70 seconds in the skin.
So we've really covered a lot of ground today. We started with the fundamental science of oxidative stress, this pervasive thing impacting our cells.
And its widespread impact.
Right. Then we explored the complexities, even the potential downsides, the double-edged sword nature of antioxidants, especially when taken as isolated supplements.
And the crucial role of bioavailability.
Exactly. And finally, we've examined Numi's innovative hydrostate nanotechnology. It's presented as a delivery system aiming to maximize the cellular delivery of these crucial ingredients to support various aspects of our health, from the whole body and brain to women's hormonal balance and even skin vitality.
Yeah, this deep dive really highlights that while our bodies do possess these incredible natural defenses against oxidative damage, the stresses of modern life pollution, diet, chemicals, they present significant challenges to maintaining that essential, delicate balance. And the idea of enhancing the bioavailability of crucial molecules, especially compounds like glutathione, which are notoriously difficult for the body to absorb effectively through traditional methods, well, it presents a really compelling and frankly promising area for health innovation.
It definitely leaves us with a provocative thought to consider, doesn't it? If the key to unlocking better health, maybe even combating age-related diseases more effectively, lies in truly optimizing our cellular environment.
Making sure our cells get precisely what they need.
Right. Ensuring our cells receive the precise protection and nourishment they need when they need it. How might advanced delivery technologies like Hydrostate fundamentally shape our future understanding and pursuit of wellness and longevity?
It's a fascinating question for the future of health.